Ladies and gentlemen, Nez Nation, we have it on record. The Honorable Madam Cash Money G, Fani Willis, has admitted on the record in this response to the defendant's motion to disqualify her staff, basically, Attorney Love and the prosecutors in the YSL Young Thug Rico trial, on record where she claims the ex parte meeting was proper. Is anybody shocked? I'm not shocked. But it's actually now on. Everybody was wondering, what did she think? What did Fani Willis think of the ex parte meeting? We actually have now a record. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe forgot, let me refresh your memory with this clip right here.
You haven't answered my question yet.
I'm not going to answer that question.
You're not?
No, I will not answer that question.
Why will you not answer that question?
Because I want to make sure that what I say is accurate, and I'm not trying to get anybody else.
I'm asking you, how did you get this information?
I'm not telling the court. What I'm saying is based upon information.
Okay, well, listen, if you don't tell me how you got this information, then you and I are going to have some problems.
We can have this. I have problems right now.
Okay, I know. Look, I don't want to know about your problems, okay, at this point in time. All I'm asking you at this point in time is, how did you come upon this information? Look, if the case gets reviewed, the record's going to be available for our appellate court and for whatever reason. But it's disturbing that how somehow you have surreptitiously gotten information in regards to the court's private ex parte conversations with a party. I mean,
a witness who was sworn in Friday. The court's telling, this is what I was told. If this is not true, not true. This court handed Mr. Copeland.
Tell me how you got the information.
Listen, whatever you want to do.
Tell me how you got the information, then we can go ahead and go forward.
I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is this. I was told, and I hope this concerns the court.
It concerns me that you have proprietary information.
Why is it
Or
proprietary?
information that you should not be having that was ex parte.
Why?
With a party.
Why?
State of Georgia.
Okay, so if you don't remember that was Judge Suge Knight Glanville, who has since then been removed from this case. There was another judge who was assigned the case, and then she was like, I'm out of here. I don't want anything to do with this. And now there's a third judge. They haven't actually resumed trial with the jury for over a week now. What this new judge has been doing has been just catching up on the case. But here's one of the things that the judge needs to rule on. And this week could be the most important week of the entire Young Thug YSL Rico trial. Why? Because she could potentially rule this entire case a mistrial. Now, Fani Willis, because this is happening in Fulton County District, Fani Willis responded to a motion from the attorney that you saw in that clip, Brian Steele, who represents Young Thug. She responded to his motion to disqualify the entire trial and the entire prosecution team. And this is what she had to say. I have the entire order right here. It was filed on Friday. And I have the full order, the full motion right here. And the funny thing is, I'm going to show you a response to this motion from an actual attorney, from somebody who's not a DEI hire, somebody who actually understands law and actually has a legitimate, position and presence in an actual courtroom, not like these clowns at the Fulton County DA District Attorney's Office, including Fani Willis, including Attorney Love, including all of the attorneys that work under Fani Willis. But I'll show you a response to that. So the Chief Deputy District Attorney, Adrian Love, and Simone Hilton, there was a request to have them disqualified. And so I'm not going to go through all. This is only a 9-page motion. I'll leave a link to the entire motion if you want to check that out in the description and show notes. But essentially what Cash Money G is saying is that, first of all, she didn't supply any evidence. She didn't assert any legal case law to back up her argument. All she literally said was that the hearing in chambers was about an ongoing contempt proceeding against a witness who, upon motion of the state, had been compelled to testify but refused to do so. And in actual recorded document, this is recorded for time immemorial, Fani Willis, Cash Money G, actually says that ex parte meeting that got Judge Suge Knight Glanville removed from the case. Every legal expert, every legal scholar that has any legal acumen or legal precedence at all has said that was a completely unwarranted and illegal meeting to have with the prosecution and a key witness without even the defense present, but also without even notifying the defense. That's why he got removed. But look at what she says. And this is after the fact. This was filed Friday, July 26th. In support of its holding that a defendant had no standing to contest the grant of use immunity to a witness under both King and Allen, the June 10th, 2024 in-chambers hearing, yep, you see it right there, was proper. Holy macadamia nut. It also goes on to say the defendant had no standing to contest the hearing or to participate in it. This is kangaroo court personified. What are you talking about? Kenneth Copeland, a.k.a. Little Woody, is literally the key witness in this entire case. Every single thing that witness utters behind closed doors in chambers has everything to do with the defendant. They had every right to participate in that. Cash Money G is just exposing her lunacy, her idiocy, her DEI hire. That's what she's doing. It's absolutely egregious. Defendant does not expect that a proper hearing, which he had no standing to contest or participate, now somehow provides. Defendant does not expect that a proper hearing, which he had no standing to contest or to participate in, now somehow provides the defendant the right to disqualify the lead prosecutors who took part in the hearing. Actually, it kind of does, Fanny. You know why? Because your prosecutors committed ethical, legal, prosecutorial misconduct and violations to the nth degree. And she ends it with a real professional sentence. Such a position makes no sense. Then, as if to admit that her argument is complete bubkus, she goes on to say, even if the hearing had not, let's just say it had not been proper. I mean, I can't believe this is a real motion written by a district attorney. Even if the hearing had not been proper, an even bigger hurdle barring disqualification of the prosecutors is the availability to defendant of other sources of evidence of what happened during the hearing. She's talking about the transcripts which were doctored, the transcripts which were modified, the transcripts which do not show exactly what happened, which in the very definition shows impartiality and an unfair, because every defendant is promised in our great republic a fair and impartial trial. This goes exactly to the antithesis of that credo. You can hear she says the hearing chambers was taken down by the court report and transcript. All parties now have it. The transcript clearly identifies, I did a whole video on this, the transcript doesn't even come close. It's the same thing as saying, well, hey, you have the transcript to Biden's testimony to Robert Hur and the special counsel, but he won't give up the audio tapes. Why won't he give up the audio tapes? He hid behind executive privilege so he didn't have to show the audio tapes. What are you hiding? It's the same person. You see the thread, Destination? You see the linkage between all of these vile vermin, LAD, lion-ass dog, radical woke left pigs. Without citing any evidence, there's no compelling need for the lead prosecutor to testify, especially given that there are ample sources of information to establish what occurred at the hearing in the chambers. That is so BS. And she even has the guts. I mean, like at this point, do we even doubt any? I mean, the temerity of Fani Willis needs to be studied in every research institute across the land. Moreover, while she talks about Chief Judge Glanville being a witness, moreover, while at no point did the Chief Judge comment on the evidence before the jury, it appears defendant's primary purpose in calling the Chief Judge would be to ask him to do just that. Although defendant has not requested permission to do that yet, this is a preemptive, you can't call the judge. The state submits the court should deny such a request when and if it is made. Nobody made a request for that. I mean, Brian Steele sort of alluded to that, but the audacity, the gall, the lack of self-awareness, the lack of any qualification to be inside a courtroom or writing a motion of this stature is just absolutely bonkers. This is why McAfee should have not only disqualified Fani Willis from the case back in February and March, He should have disbarred this. This woman has no right to be near a court of law. It is literally like injecting cancer into your veins, having this woman near a court of law. And then just so you can see it's signed, the defendant's efforts to forestall the conclusion of the longest trial in Georgia's history, your fault, by the way, Fani Willis, seeking to disqualify the lead prosecutors should immediately be stopped. This honorable court should deny defendants' motions to disqualify the lead prosecutors in this case on the pleadings alone. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. For the record, she, instead of apologizing, instead of actually for once in her life doing the right thing on a professional level, can you imagine what her personal life is like? No wonder this woman had affairs with Nathan American Pie Wade, with a married man. No wonder she embezzles. No wonder she steals and defrauds taxpayers in Fulton County. No wonder she fires whistleblowers as soon as the shtick is up. I mean, it's like this woman is a walking pariah. But here's another motion that was actually filed by... This was filed by Nichols Quamarvius. I don't know how you say that name. Nichols' attorney. This was a response to that. I'm not going to go through this whole motion, but the best part about this is literally exactly what I just said. So he's responding to the same motion that Fani Willis just wrote that we just went through. And he says, the state did not proffer the state's own characterization of the events. The state did not submit facts in support of its conclusion. The state did not present any legal argument upon which the court could or should rely. So this is kind of legal terms for saying whatever Fani Willis just said is just a bunch of bullcrap. Everything's just slowly adding up for Fani Willis. If there's any chance in, a million years that the Trump case that she brought forth is going to even see the light of court, all of these things, all of these documents, all of these statements can be used against her. She is literally co-signing instead of doing the right thing. Instead of saying, you know what, he made a mistake, but you know what, our appellate courts worked. He got recused. He should have been recused. We apologize. However, this is why we think we should still continue the case, because of what was the basis for you launching the case in the first place. Why not actually show and exemplify some substantive evidence and claims to justify you going after young thug in this trial, which is the longest trial dragging out in Fulton County history? Big shock, Fani Willis, under Fani Willis's tenure, which is costing taxpayers tons of money. And you have a backlog of over 30,000 cases from actual Fulton County residents who have legitimate cause and legitimate cases that should seek justice. They're on the backlog because you're trying to chase these high-profile cases instead of doing the right thing. This is what DEI hires do. Unqualified, didn't earn it. Instead of doing the right thing, what does she do? She freaking triples down. She triples down. Based on what? On merit? On evidence? On case law? On evidentiary backup? No. Just based on the fact that, well, it was proper. No, it was proper because, they got the transcript. The transcript was there. And I'm not going to apologize for anything. Even if you watch me in broad daylight do something, get caught red-handed, it's like, don't believe your eyes, don't believe your ears. That is the woke mafia's mantra. Don't believe your eyes, don't believe your ears. Don't believe that Joe Biden was incontinent for months, for years. Don't believe the fact that Kamala Harris just usurped democracy and became the presumptive nominee without earning a single vote. Don't believe your eyes and ears that millions of illegal migrants are crossing our border every single year, thanks to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, all these DEI hires. Don't believe your eyes, don't believe your ears. I'm just going to claim what I want to claim. This is sort of magical. I'm just going to throw words up in the air and see what sticks. And hopefully I won't get caught. Hopefully you'll turn a blind eye. Hopefully I can fool you. It's like abracadabra. Here comes Money G. Here comes Cash Money Abracadabra G, who's going to try to pull the wool over your eyes. I got the coin in this hand, the coin in the right hand. Which hand you want to pick? Pick a hand, right or left. It's like woo-woo voodoo, travesty after travesty after travesty. When is it going to end, Nez Nation? When is it going to stop? When are we going to finally say enough of this nutbag, cancerous DEI ideology that has pervaded our country like a cancer, and we need to terminate all of these people? I don't care what color you are, what background you are, what race you are. It doesn't matter. This is a meritocracy. That's what America was founded on. The best idea wins. The best person for the job wins, regardless of something that you have zero control over, like skin tone. When are we going to get back to basics? When are we going to get back to practicality? My hope is in November, you're going to make the right choice and act accordingly. If not, there's going to be more and more of this. The case is going to go back into trial mode very, very soon. And you know, your boy Nez is going to keep you covered on all the highlights, all the things that you don't want to miss out on. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. The best way to do that is to subscribe to our free, sign up. It's free. Our free newsletter in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. All you got to do is click on that link and then give us your best email and you're in. You'll never miss out on all the latest breaking that woke media propagandist machine won't cover right to your inbox. I can't wait to hear what you think. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments down below. Please leave a comment. I can't wait to hear from you. I'm just really looking forward to it. Check out these videos right here, coming up on the screen right here. Follow, subscribe, and as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.